Everybody, I'm going to do a quick one right here. This is my weekly vlog roundup. Unfortunately, this one is bi-weekly. I did not do one last week. And the fines were horrible and I was tired. Work was killing me, so I just let that one go. But I am going to split it up day by day, and in this case, week by week. I might be making these 2-week spans a common occurrence through the winter months, which I see how the weather holds out, but I'm still shooting at a week per report of fines, basically. And this week was the week before started very slowly. I mean, very slowly. You know, I think this is one of my worst days ever. A 4-penny day, like a 25 minute hunt. In areas I pounded like crazy, but I really didn't have time to go anywhere else because of work. And this is a bent copper penny. I won't include that one. And a dime and a couple of pennies the next day. So I was not too happy about the, and a nut of course. I was not too happy about the state of the present or the future. Then I went out and I hit another park that I'd hit before. Once again, I only had 25 or 30 minutes, so I stayed real close to where I worked. And that's a quarter, slightly bent, another quarter, and a couple of pennies, which was pretty good for the time. I just went to an area of a park I hadn't hit before because I knew nothing would be there. And that's the greatest fault that any detectors have, is ever determining that there's a place where nothing will be, because quite often that's where things are going to be. In any case, but a couple of pennies. And so that was that week, and that was pretty doggone horrible. And it wasn't really a story or anything to make the week interesting. So that Friday I decided I would just take it easy and just relax. So just a couple of quarters, a handful of pennies, and a handful of pennies, and one dime or another dime in there. So that was that week. Not that great. Now this week turned out to be a lot better initially because I had more time. I went out to a park I hadn't hit very often, and I found a couple of quarters in a very short hunt. Another dime. That's an interesting dime there. Just clad another dime and a couple of quarters and some crappy zincs, 1 copper. So that was not it. Now the big day was yesterday when I went to a park I hadn't hit very often at all, in an area where I was basically just going along the edge of the park, just hoping to make this a respectable week, since I had been on call the entire other week, and that basically consists of me coming home and sitting in front of a computer until I go to sleep. And then quite often I would wake up, I have to go back to work, and then I go back to sleep. Then I go to work the next day. Not a fun day. And this was I thought this was going to be the highlight, which is a non-coin, which is just it's actually a clip-on earring, very light, must be aluminum. It looked shiny when it came up, so I was like, oh great, this could be silver, till I saw it was clip-on, and I know not as many clip-on earrings are silver. And then I went out to the old park, and it's a pretty large park, and I got 3 of these quarters. In fact, this 1 quarter was from a single hunt, but all together I'll make it 4 since they were on the same day. And we'll just move it over there, and I got a key, and I was not unhappy with the 3 quarters I'd gotten, considering how the other day it went. And then all of a sudden a little treasure from heaven came along, and that is this. That is the Barber Quarter. I did not expect that. I was just out there trying to get something respectable, and that's what's wonderful about this hobby. You can struggle, and then you'll get something you didn't expect, and something that's on your bucket list. I know you guys in the East think barber is not a great thing to have on a bucket list because you get old coins quite often. But when you're down in the Sun Belt in relatively young cities compared to the East, very young cities compared to the East. In fact, I found this quarter in a city that this was a 1903 quarter. The city is only 30 years older than this quarter, so it was not in anything that I would have expected from that area. In this case, and well, that's about it. Not a bad little double week after a horrible week before, and of course 95% of these finds came from this week on a very short hunt week. But it's nice to get something, and nice to get some old silver for a change. I'll put this in my box of valuable wonders, and well, valuable to me. And I will talk to you next time, and you have a wonderful day.